Joining us now in the Arutz Sheva studios in Jerusalem is Rabanit Malka Bina, founder and chancellor of Matan. Shalom.
Shalom uvracha.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
So just a few weeks ago, you were told that you are receiving this year a special award from the city of Jerusalem for the municipality of Jerusalem, An Yom Yerushalayim, Yakir Yerushalayim, the awarded of Jerusalem, the precious of Jerusalem, you could even say, right?
Okay, I try.
Now, we're talking about Matan, founded 32 years ago. We'll talk soon about what it is today. But back then, what was it? A few women learning Torah together?
Around the dining room table. I was the teacher, and I realized that you could learn Talmud. It was a wonderful activity for women to be involved in. It still was at the early stages, like in its diapers. But I gathered a group of 5 women who wanted to go with me on this journey, and we began learning Talmud.
How revolutionary was it back then? Were there people who said, no, not shaykh, it's not suitable?
Many people, but I just felt it was the right thing. I asked various Rabbanim that I set for myself as Rabbanim, and they agreed also. And then we went forward. We felt we were like really doing something for all women, for all of Am Yisrael, for Yerushalayim, to bring more Torah, to make it more available for women.
Now, when you look back at that, small table with the women, and you see today, what we also seeing, we visited your institution not long ago. Very, very impressive, very big.
It's surreal. It's surreal. I would have never imagined. I always wanted to have one Beit Midrash for women. But now there are, 10, 11 branches, and another beautiful Beit Midrash, and a big Beit Midrash in Ranana. And thousands of students, and now with the media and the internet all over the way, never would I have, would we have thought that. The women, as we were sitting and learning our Gemara.
Well, now this week, we marked the International Women's Day. And the big question is, it is about equality? Is it about we could do it as well? Or is it actually something unique? Women learning in their way, in a different way. It's not only about we could do it also.
Absolutely, because it's not exactly the same, but yet the texts are the same. I remember when I was learning with the women, and we were learning various sugiyot in Ketubot, the obligations of the man towards the woman. And there were questions that women asked that I'm not sure that men would have asked, and ideas that they had, social welfare, and that would come up in the class that I didn't see in the Parshanim before. And I, related to it, looked up more sources so that we would be able to discuss the sugiyah in greater depth.
Is it empowering? Like that's the word
Absolutely.
We like to use these days?
It is. When I first saw the word empowering, I thought, and also feminism, people get scared of it. But it's for the right reasons. When you want to empower, to bring more of Torah and mitzvot, to bring more of Jewish life into the world, I think it's a good word, and no. Also even feminism, that we want to be strong women for Hashem, be strong women for Torah, for our community. It's not just be strong women because it's important for a woman to be as strong as a man.
Now, we asked if it was revolutionary. Let's talk about the controversy. Is it still controversial? Do you hear some of the people saying that women should not be learning Talmud? That people say that today. How do you relate to that practically?
Okay. So first, I always say we don't have, in talking about Yerushalayim, we do have in other branches, but we don't have campaigns of student recruitment in Geula or Mea Sharet. We have the neighborhoods. First of all, anyone's welcome from any place in Yerushalayim, in the Gush area, in Beit Shem, wherever they want to come.
But you're not out there to change people.
Right, we're not out there to change people, and we don't, we're there groups of people who are not, don't understand or don't see eye to eye. Fine, so we don't push ourselves into those groups, and we don't say, oh, this is the only way.
And this whole project is international, bilingual, Hebrew and English, I understand.
Yes, totally. We started out, our learning was in Hebrew. All the scholars programs, the learning is in Hebrew. But for the general public, the adult education courses, we offer many in English. Many of the women who'd like to come and want to continue their Torah learning prefer it in English. They feel that they might miss out on something in Hebrew.
Today we're talking, of course, in wake of the coronavirus. How did that affect Matan?
Actually, we right away understood that if there weren't be women who'd be able to come to classes, our classes would be empty, but we had to go to them. And we understood you had to go through Zoom. So we invested money, quite a bit of money in Zoom to give ourselves the infrastructure. And we're now thousands every week come in, thousands before Purim, before Pesach.
More than used to be.
Yes, absolutely.
So to some extent, the COVID contributed to the Torah learning of women around the
Right,
world.
because before, if we're the auditorium, you could have 150 people. Now we can have over 1,000 that come into a class or to a preparation day, Yom Miyun.
But I believe that, like everyone, you look forward also to coming back together.
We're going to do it a dual program. Hibridi, we're calling it. It's being called.
Okay, so let's end with the significance that you feel about this prize coming really from Jerusalem, the city of Jerusalem.
As a good friend from Renana said to me, what's most important in my eyes is that I'm living in a country, or I can even say I'm living in the city that recognizes the significance of women's Torah learning. It's not so much that we did it and we want the praise for it or the glory, but that we're living in a place where the people who are the heads of the city understand that this really adds a dimension of Torah and adds a dimension of more energy of women involved in Torah learning.
Okay, Rabanit Malka, Bina, founder and chancellor of Matan, thank you very much and good luck.
Okay, thank you so much.